All right, we just need a few things for our practice today. Blankets, a couple blankets, and possibly a block, bolster. I'm going to have you grab some Kleenex and definitely a journal and a pen for reflection. Okay. So the Kleenex is for us to do a purification practice. Now, it's not something we're going to start with right this second, but it'll be coming up. So you want to go grab that. All right. Excellent. Making sure that you are in a comfortable seat. If you are sitting down like I am and you feel any pinching in your knees or in your hips, adjust. Make sure that you prop yourself or sit down on a chair. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I sometimes just kind of like to rock my spine, wave it back and forth, or come around in a circle until I get to the spot where I feel like I am centered. Once you feel like you've found that spot, start to lengthen up through the spine with a slight chin tuck. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Hands can be on the knees, on the thighs. And I just want you to allow yourself to sit for a moment. Breathing. And today, our particular session is going to be focused on cultivating more mindfulness. I'm going to just read you a little something and we'll review this towards the end so you can reflect. There is no situation on earth that cannot be used as a means to raise your frequency and open your heart to your inner divinity. My gift to you, I am here to help you remember and to release you from the prison of your emotional life. Even if you want to speed up enlightenment, you can't. So give yourself plenty of permission to think, to feel, to desire, to react, to hide. Let nothing be forbidden. All I ask is that you be mindful of what you do. The first step in awakening is realizing that you've been asleep. So do not try to change your patterns or passions. Just recognize them. There I go again. Catch yourself forgetting your true nature. Learn to feel increasingly comfortable with discomfort. In time, you will naturally come to realize that something more wondrous than you can imagine is looking through your eyes, thinking through your mind, and living through your actions. In the end, all of life shall remember itself through you. And all that you'll experience is the revelation of the eternal now. My gift is mindfulness. Just allow yourself to turn this word over, feel into this word, however you resonate with mindfulness. Allow that to start to be seated as your intention for this time, connecting a little more to mindfulness. And we're going to take a few deep breaths and then reach for a Kleenex. So I'm going to blow my nose and then we're going to do this practice or this purification technique where you inhale very vigorously through the nose and exhale equally vigorously through the nose. So now when you're doing this, the thing that you want to consider is when you're vigorous, sometimes the body starts to move. I want you to stay as grounded as possible, keeping your spine straight and keeping the abdominals on fire so that you have to stay sturdy here and you're not falling to either side, okay? So it's pretty simple. We're going to go for 30 rounds. So we'll inhale, exhale, doing that 30 times. We'll take a break and then we'll repeat it 3 times. I will do the counting. You don't have to count. You can just focus on inhaling and exhaling since this may be new for you. And if at any time it just feels like too much, of course, just relax and come out. Okay. You don't have to strain yourself. If something about it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay. It's something we can always work up to. And just because it's a technique, sometimes it can feel, things can feel difficult in ways that have nothing to do with the actual ability to do it. It could have a more emotional reason behind it. So please just honor yourself where you're at today and just allow yourself to try and see how it goes. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll all inhale together and then we'll exhale. And then we'll start with the vigorous inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay. All right. So relax the shoulders. Go ahead and inhale and exhale and go. Let it go and just breathe normally. Relax the shoulders. Imagine any tension is washing away. Just notice that there's already probably an energetic shift. And we'll begin to inhale together again, exhale, and then start. Inhale. And let it go. Relax any tension. But just settle your awareness on any residual effect. How you're feeling in your body and the mind. What minor shifts. And our last time through, inhaling together. Letting it all go. Breathing normally. Allowing yourself to be for a moment. Connecting again once more to your intention of being mindful with this practice before we start our movement. Just seeding that intention in. Roll the shoulders back, blink the eyes open, and let's come to all fours on our mat for a moment. If your knees are very sore or you have a very hard surface that you're working on, you can put the blanket underneath your knees. We're going to come into tabletop. Now, with our mindful practice today, I want us to focus on an equalizing breath. So the inhale and the exhale are the same length, okay? At some point, we may change that, but this goal is to help us create more balance, okay? So knees are underneath the hips, wrists are underneath the shoulders. Inhale into cow for a count of 6. Exhale into cat for a count of 6. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Just allowing yourself to focus on the breathing and the movement, nothing else. Just being with this movement, opening up through the spine, allowing the nice little movement through the pelvis to feel good. And if you want, right in this moment, closing the eyes. Good. Bringing yourself back to center. We're going to practice our balance before we get moving. So you're going to inhale that left arm forward, bring that right leg back behind you, stretch, stretch, stretch. Then you're going to exhale, bring everything down for a count of 6 and switch sides. Inhale, right arm, left leg, and inhaling for that 6, exhaling back down. Just take your time. What you might notice is if your balance is off, it's hard to move slow. So it's okay if you're a little tippy. It's okay if the breath doesn't match quite right. That's okay. Just allow yourself to move. One more time through, so you're getting to each side. And then meet me on your sit bones towards the back of the mat. So we're going to do a sun salute. It's called a Vayu salute. The Vayus, these are part of your energetic body. Okay, so when it comes to being mindful, you want to be mindful of not just what's going on in your head, what's going on in your body, but what's going on all around you. So this Vayu salute helps us bring a connection to all of these different bodies. So our physical body, our subtle body, our energetic body. And it's fun because we get to start at the back of our mat. So I'm going to have you have a fairly wide stance. Doesn't have to be as wide as the mat, but much wider than just standing with your hips distance apart. Okay? So your outer hip distance. Okay. So we're going to take this slow and do it a few times. So you're going to inhale the arms up into Urdhva Hastasana, roll those shoulders down and away. And then exhale, you're going to bend your knees and start to come down into Malasana. And I'm going to turn my toes out so I have room here. And I'm going to press into my inner thighs. Now, for some of us, we're balancing here. For some of us, we're flat on our feet. Just honor that, okay? Good. Now we're going to inhale and you're going to walk back into table. Allowing it to be slow, feeling the hands and palms on the floor, feeling the knees and the shins on the floor. Good. Now we're going to press into downward facing dog. Shift your hips up and back. So you feel like those sit bones are shining towards the ceiling, dropping the heels any amount towards the floor. You may need to pedal it out. First down dog of the day. Good. Now you're going to pick up your right leg and you're either going to walk it forward or step it forward into warrior one. Feet are wide on the mat. Okay. Hips are facing forward. Good. You're going to bring your hands behind you. Inhale, sweep them up gently. Drop those shoulder blades. Okay. We don't want to feel as much tension in our neck and shoulders like we do in our daily life. We want to relax it. Good. Ground down through the legs, pull up through the legs. Now inhale, draw yourself up nice and tall. So there is a straight leg in the front with a little micro bend. Good job. Exhale, we're going to slowly hinge forward, keeping that micro bend in our knee as though we're going to reach for something. Okay. Then pressing down through the legs, we're going to press down towards the mat, stepping into a plank pose. All right. Then dropping the knees. and bending the elbows like you're gonna kiss the floor. Keep your hips where they're at. You're really working on some tricep strength here for a moment. Inhale into inchworm. And then your belly's on the floor. Roll those shoulders back and away. Feel a lifting through the collarbones and the heart. Great job. Exhale, press into down dog. Maybe pedaling it out again. Great. Inhale that left leg up. Walk it or swing it forward. Coming into warrior on the left this time. Arms are down, then bring them behind you. Inhale, sweep them up gently. Press down through the legs, pull up through the legs. Good, try to relax through the shoulder blades, through the collarbone. On your next inhale, draw everything up. Press through those legs, feel the power in your legs. Exhale, hinge forward. You really need to be using your legs, your glutes. Stretch as though you're being lengthened through that spine. Breathing all the while. And then on your next exhale, plant the hands and step into table. Good. Maybe just wave through the spine a little bit. Shake those hips just gently. Breathe. And then start to press shift the hips back, pressing back, coming into Malasana at the back of the mat. Good. Press your elbows into your inner thighs again. Maybe challenged a little bit more with balance. That's okay. Nice long spine, slight chin tuck. Open up through those inner thighs. Now here's the hard part. When you are going to press yourself back up, we're going to go all the way back up into Urdhva Hastasana. So that upward salute with our arms up. You are pressing through the legs. So try your best to release your elbows from your legs and then push through the legs to draw yourself back up. Do your best there. May have to make an adjustment. Arms all the way up. Now we're going to exhale, forward fold into Uttanasana. Good. Hands on the floor. Bend those knees any amount to do that. Let the head hang. Maybe rock from side to side. Just taking a little time here. And now inhale, keep the fingertips on the floor, flat back. So looking forward. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, you're going to forward fold again. This time, bring your feet a little bit closer together and see if you can wrap your hands behind you just to squeeze onto the thighs a little bit. If that's not working for you today, don't worry about it. Keep the hands on the floor for balance. Now bring the hands gently behind you and bend the knees and start to sweep up on an inhale into a little chair. So it's like a taller chair. When I say little chair, I mean taller. Keep breathing. Exhale, deepen, sit further in your chair. Inhale all the way back up. Hands to heart. So that was one round. We kept it nice and slow. We're going to do that 2 more times. Okay. So widen your stance at the back of the mat. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, bring the hands together. Start to bend the knees, coming into Malasana. Press your inner thighs out with those elbows. Nice long spine, slight chin tuck. Breathe. Inhale, slowly start to walk yourself forward into tabletop. Again, maybe making a little movement through the spine, rocking through those hips, waving them from side to side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Shift those sit bones up towards the ceiling. If you still feel the need to pedal it out, go for it. Focus on your breath.